Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to show you how to backtest the open is equal to high strategy. This is a strategy in which basically we look for a candle. So let's say I'm putting 5-minute time frame and I want to take the trades after 3 candles just to give me a confirmation. So if you see here, the opening price was the same as the high price of today, and then the market fell down. So we will wait for the 3 candles, and after the 3 candles are over, we will just sell here. We will be selling here. Why we sell? Because when open is equal to high, then maybe the stock can keep going down. So we can sell here at the closing price, and we'll put the open price as a stop loss. So this will become my stop loss, and generally there is no target, and we will exit right at the end. It's an intraday strategy. So how will we backtest? I'm going to show you that on the Excel now, and I will be using Nifty data for 1 year. So this is the Nifty data that I have. It's for 2022 and it's a normal OHLC data. So let's start. We will be requiring some candles here. So let me make them. So I will be taking the first candle, the second candle, and the third candle. And I'm just copying the time here because I will be using that in the formulas. And the exit time is 3:25, which is the last candle. So I'm just copying that also, and we are set. So let's start. So the first thing we obviously have to find out is what is the high of the 3 candles, or the first 3 candles. And to do that, all we have to do is equal to, if first we'll check whether the current row is the correct row. So we have to check if this, that would put an and, if the time is equal to this time. So basically it's 9:25 this, and I'm just fixing this, and previous candle is equal to 9:20, and the previous candle is equal to 9:15. Why I'm doing that? In case there is data issue, then even this will get fixed. Otherwise the next two conditions are not required. Then if this is the case, then in that case I want the maximum of the high values. This will give me the what has been the maximum today so far in the first 3 candles, and as you can see, it gives me 17,478.6. So we are finding out what is the maximum of the first 3 candles of the day, and otherwise it will just show me 0. So it will only work for the first 3 candles of the day, and after that it will show 0. So every candle in which we have the 9:25, it will give me this price. So we have found the high of the first 3 candles, and now we will find what is the opening price of the day. Open price, which is equal to, if, and we will only find the open price if this is equal to greater than 0. That means this is the third row. This is the third row. So if this is the third row, my opening price is this price. Otherwise I am just putting a random number 1. So I've got my opening price also. So we have got this, and we have got the high price. Now we have to check if my open price is equal to the high price. So I just have to quickly check if my high price is equal to the open price. In that case, I'll just put 1, otherwise I'll put 0. And again, I'm just copy pasting the formula. So let's see what happens. Let's see where we get the 1, and then I'll be able to explain to you what I've written. Just trying to find a 1 here, or let me actually add a filter and then I can find a 1. Okay, now you'll be able to understand what we are doing. So if you see on this date, on the 13th Jan, the high candle, the first candle, the 9:15 candles high was 18,258.85. This was the highest of the first 3 candles also. That means the high was not broken for the first 3 candles, and the opening price was also 18,258.85. So that means this was the open is equal to high condition, which was met, and that is why we've written the 1 here. So whenever open is equal to high is true even after the first 3 candles, that means we are going to now sell. We're going to now sell. So that's going to be my next column, sell if open is equal to high, and I will be selling at the closing price. So I will be selling at the closing price. So very simply, if this value is equal to 1, that means yes, the open is equal to high. In that case, I just have to find the closing price and sell it at that, otherwise it will be 0. So I've just copied it again. Let us keep checking also so that everything is right. Okay, and as you can see, whenever the open is equal to high, in that case I'm just selling Nifty at the closing price, and you can see we have 33 such values. We have 31 such values. We have 31 values in which in the year we had open is equal to high even after first 3 candles. So once we have taken the entry, so we have got the entry now. This is the entry price. We have to find the stop loss. We have to find the stop loss. So I'm just adding a stop loss column, and in this, what all I have to write is, if let's say if this is the first, if the current time, if the current time is with 9:15. If current time is 9:15, then obviously SL, there is no SL, right? Because I cannot take an entry. So I will just put 0. So if the current time is equal to the 9:15, then there can be no SL. So it's 0 rupees. Otherwise, if this value is equal to 1, that means yes, the open was equal to high. In that case, I will put the stop loss as the high of the first 3 candles. Remember, so once we have taken the entry, the high becomes the stop loss. So if open is equal to high is true, in that case I will put the high as the first as the stop loss, and otherwise I will just put the previous value as a stop loss. So why previous value? Because I'll just show you. So let me add the filter here, it will be easier to understand. So let me just filter out the zeros, and actually let's go to the 13th Jan. I think that will be easier because we can see what is happening on the 13th Jan. You can see here now. So we are taking this example now. On this day, we have already seen that yes, open was equal to high, and the high was not broken for the first 3 candles. So we have taken the entry. So the entry is clear, and the entry price is also shown here. It's 18249.95, which is this price. So we have taken the entry here. Now what is the SL? The SL becomes the high price, which is 18258.85, and I'm going to put this for the entire day. So if you see here, it's saying the same stop loss. It will keep doing that till 15:25 for the entire day, because now I will have to keep checking if my stop loss is hit. That is why the formula will keep putting the stop loss for every row, so that I can check whether my stop loss is getting hit or not. So that actually becomes my next column, whether my stop loss is hit or not. This is relatively straightforward. All I have to check is if, firstly, and if my stop loss is greater than 0, that means I have taken the entry. Otherwise this will still become 0. And at the same time, if the high price of the current row is greater than my stop loss price. If yes, that means my stop loss was hit, and I will put a 1. That means my stop loss was hit. Otherwise I will put a 0. And let me just copy it right till the bottom. So I've taken the stop loss part also. Let's see when we are getting the stop loss. So I'm going to put all the ones here. Let's see. Okay, on 13th January only we got the stop loss also. So let's see that example. So I'm going back to the example, and if you'll notice, once you have taken the entry, in the next row itself the stop loss is getting hit. Why? Because the high price, which is 18260.95, was greater than the stop loss price, and that is why it is giving me a 1. It is giving me a 1. So that tells me that yes, the stop loss was hit, but stop loss was hit. But here the problem is that you are getting multiple stop losses hit. You can see even this row the stop loss is hit, even this row the stop loss is hit, because 18272 is more than 18258. So there might be a confusion when the stop loss actually got hit, and we do not want to take multiple exits. So I will make another column called final exit now, and in this I will do if the current time is equal to the starting time. So if this is equal to the starting time, then obviously the stop loss cannot get hit, because I cannot take the entry. So I will just put it as 0. Else, if my previous stop loss was already hit, that means my stop loss got hit in the previous row. My stop loss got hit in the previous row, then I will just keep it as 1. That means this will tell me, similar to how we found the stop loss, that yes, the stop loss is already hit. You don't have to keep checking it. Otherwise, if my previous row stop loss was not hit, then I will check if my current row stop loss is hit. If yes, I will put this as an exit. So this is the next condition. So that means either my previous row stop loss was hit or my current row stop loss is hit. I will put one. And otherwise, if, and then I'll put two conditions. I will check if the current row is equal to the exit time now. That means till now my stop loss is not hit. So till now, if my stop loss is not hit, that means I've got the, and at the same time the K4 value is greater than 0. That means I was in that trade. In that case, I'm going to put a 0. In that case, I'm going to put a 0. So let me explain to you what this formula is. If my stop loss is getting hit, this final exit will show a 1. But if in the entire day my stop loss did not get hit, it will show a 2. 2 means that I have to take the exit based on the exit time, the 325 time. So let me just copy paste it right till the bottom, and let me show it to you. It will be a little more clear. So if you notice, on the, let's do it on the 13th Jan. Let's do it on the 13th Jan. Let's do it on the 13th Jan. You will notice that once my stop loss got hit, it kept showing 1. It kept showing 1, but we are not bothered in the middle. We will only check the 325, whether it's showing 1 or 2, and it's showing 1. That means on this day the stop loss got hit. But if we find a day in which stop loss did not get hit the entire day, then it will show a 2. So you see this example. So on 20th January, you'll notice that I got the entry. So let's take the entry. Open is equal to high. So we have got the entry. But in the entire day, this high price was not broken. So you can see that the final exit will remain 0. But at 1525, at the last candle, it will put a 2. So what does it mean? If there is a 1, that means my stop loss got hit. So if in the final exit, it's 1, then my stop loss got hit anywhere. I don't care where it got hit. And if it's 2, then my stop loss did not get hit. Right? So we have got the final exit. Now we need is the exit price. And now it's pretty straightforward. The exit price is, if I will just find if my time is the current time. If my time is the current time, and then if the current exit is equal to 1, that means my stop loss did get hit. I will put the exit as the K4, which is the stop loss price. And otherwise, if this is equal to 2, in that case, I will put the exit as the closing price. So I'll just close at the closing price, and I will just update my formulas. That's it. So basically, this is where we are just checking the last, whether it's the current row is the last row, which is the 325 row, and then we are checking if it's 1, that means my stop loss got hit. So I will put the exit as the stop loss price, and if it's 2, that means my stop loss did not get hit, and in that case I'll put the closing price as the exit price. So we've got all the exits done. Let me just update this. So we've got all the exits done, and that's it. So we have got the exits done. Let's see what is the profit and loss. So this is our exits. Let's just copy it, sum it, I mean. So this is the total sum of the exits, and this is the total sum of the entries. So if we try to find out the profit, it's about 448 points. So 1 year Nifty is giving about 448 points profit. It only took trade. So this is the profit, this is the P&L, and the number of trades we found was 31. So if we talk about the profit in terms of rupees, it's a decent profit, I would say, about 22,000 rupees, and in a very few trades. So we will not get much costs, but this is how you can figure out open is equal to high strategy. Now all you have to do is, if you want to do it in other stock, just put the OHLC data here, and you will be able to test it on other stocks also. So I hope you like the video. This is how we do backtesting in Excel. I'll be adding more videos, so do subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.